Hey guys, this is Marya here on YouTube. Today, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm so excited about this. Today I have finally the book review I said about 2 weeks ago that I was going to do. So I posted 3 different pictures on my Instagram. If you don't follow it, it's linked down below. The thing is, I posted the Maze Runner series books, then I posted one by John Green, The Fault in Our Stars, obviously, and then I posted the books from Mary Lou, which are great. Amazing. So yeah, and I said in all of them that I was going to do a book review in all of them. So I'm just gonna part it because it's easier that way, and I'm still reading some of the books. So yeah, I already finished the Maze Runner series books, which is the book review for today. Then I will be doing the Legend, Prodigy, and Champion by Mary Lou books in another video. And then I will be doing the John Green books in another video. Just because it's gonna be easier, it's not gonna be that long. Because honestly, I am a really chatty person. So yeah, I got those books for all of you. So let's just jump right into the Maze Runner series books. You got the Maze Runner, the Scorch Trials, the Death Cure, and the Kill Order. Now, my 2 personal favorite books from this series are the Maze Runner and the Kill Order, and I'll explain to you in a few seconds. But just to get through all the books, what they are about, there might be spoilers, so if you haven't finished reading or haven't read the books or haven't seen the movie, please just, stop. I'm just gonna tell you, they're great. They are amazing. You need to read them. So yeah, you don't need to hear the whole review about them. But yeah, so the first one is the Maze Runner. This is an introduction to the whole thing. So you get to know different characters. You get to know what the hell the maze is and why are they in there. Why are they in there? Yeah, I said it right. So you get to know Thomas, Newt, Chuck, Theresa, Mino, and Gally. Now, you also get to see that they actually have... So, Wicked is just a company from all the governments in the world that are available, that are actually still going. And they decided they wanted to do some trials on the most intelligent people, or boys and girls in the world. So, in here you get to know the boys from the maze, number 1. Thomas, which is the principal character on the whole book, on every single book, realizes that when he gets to the maze, he actually has something to do in it. There are different categories you can do on the maze. You can be a butcher, a cooker, the runners. There's a lot of different things because I don't remember all of them. There's a lot of them. Anyway, so he knows that he actually has something to do and he wants to go to the actual maze and be a runner with Mino, who is the principal runner of all of them. And then Theresa comes along a day after it and everything goes bad shit crazy for all of them. They realize it's weird that the only girl ever came into the maze after Thomas came in. They started getting suspicious about them, and the whole thing was just kind of crazy. So yeah, the book basically relates that and how they escape. And actually, I need to go see the movie because I want to know how the hell they did the Grievers. I have a huge amount of expectations on how the Grievers are going to be, and if that movie doesn't accomplish that, I'm gonna go kill the director, which I'm actually gonna look for because I don't remember who it is. But yeah, so definitely this is one of my favorites because you get introduced to the whole thing, you know? Now you come to the Scorch Trials, which is the second book. Now in here you get to know more characters. So the first one is Brenda and Jorge. You also get to know the other Maze Runner girls. Well, actually the other Maze girls. They are another experiment but on girls. You know, it's just the same thing but on girls. You also get to know the Rat Man, who is an awful... I actually don't remember if the Rat Man is on the Maze Runner one, but anyway, you also get to know him here. Basically, they go to a desert where is in Mexico, I believe. The earth basically was melted down by flares, by the sun. It's like global warming 2.0. And It basically destroys everything on the earth. So they go through a desert with cranks, which actually cranks are the people that are sick, but like far gone sick. So yeah, you get to see that. They find new friends. They realize they are running another series of tests on them, and yeah, a lot of things happen in this book that are actually really interesting. Is this where Teresa? As I was saying, on the Scorch trial, they meet other girls, and there's actually a boy that is like Teresa. And actually, something that I forgot to mention on the first book is that actually Teresa and Thomas can talk through their head, like mind talking. You know what I mean? I forgot the name of it. What is it? How is it called? Anyway, they just can communicate between both of them without anybody else knowing it. So yeah, you get a lot more interesting things here. I'm really excited to see who is going to play Brenda, because she sounds really an interesting girl. And oh my god, at the end of the book, you're gonna die. Now, the third book is The Death Cure. And this one is actually really good. Let me just look for it. Just a spoiler, there's a lot of sadness coming through this one. But yeah, the plot against all of them, like the girls from the maze, the boys from the maze, Thomas, Teresa, Brenda, Jorge, and a lot of other, actually a chancellor actually as well. Actually, what? A chancellor also works with them to destroy. There's a chancellor who also works with them to destroy Wicked, which Wicked honestly is just an awful thing. And I will explain later on what Wicked really is, but it's just an awful thing to do to people. So yeah, they plot against it, and they actually get to do the plotting very well. It gets a little bit complicated along the way, but it actually really is good when it finishes. So basically, they go with the right army, which is where, how is it called? Galley goes to. And Galley at the beginning is kind of bad, but it actually is not bad because Wicked was controlling him, and then he went to the right arm, which is just like somebody that is... There is an organization that is fighting against Wicked. So yeah, they join the right arm and try to do the things, but at the end the right arm is not as good as they thought it was going to be. So yeah, they destroy the Wicked plant, like the place they're working on, and they realize at the end, actually, you realize that it was a plan from really up in Wicked, that it was to actually keep the humans safe, the ones that are immune to the disease, to keep them safe. So basically Brenda and Jorge are actually part of that plan, and you can get to see it from the Scorch Trials to this book. You see Thomas kind of going from what the hell are you to I think I'm falling for this girl. So you kind of get a little bit of romantic-ish type of thing, but not really something that you're gonna be like, seriously, another one. But yeah, it's really good how it translates the whole thing. And yeah, you get to see on a letter, but written by a I forgot her name. Let me just look for it. Chancellor Page, and yeah, she basically says that everything has gone according to plan. We have sent the brightest, the strongest, the toughest of our subjects to a safe place where they can begin civilization anew while the rest of the world is driven to extinction. So basically she kind of had it all planned from the beginning that they were going to break free, and if they did, they were going to come to Wicked and destroy Wicked, and the ones that are immune, strongest and brightest to actually accomplish a new life for humans are the ones that survive. So basically they did survive. So that's like the whole series with Thomas and Newt and all of them. Now the Kill Order, which is my favorite book, everything is explained in this one. It goes way back in time. You actually get to see new characters arrive as well. Mark, Alec, Lana, Trina, and there's some other guys that I don't remember. I never remember their names. And you get to see what actually the flare was, which, as I said before, was kind of global warming 2.0. It melts everything, the skin on people, it gets melted as well. The buildings, they're not really melted, but everything outside, it's so hot, it's so warm that it is impossible to live in there. And there's a few people, there's a few like groups of people that survived and went to, I think, to the North Mountains because they're kind of colder and something like that. I don't remember. And it destroys what they knew as the world. And then Wicked, which is basically, since everything was destroyed, a few governments here and there in a few countries, not all of them, in a few countries that still existed. For example, Costa Rica doesn't exist in this book. It's completely destroyed. So a few governments here and there join their forces and their smartness to create Wicked. Now Wicked is basically a government for the whole world, and it starts running trials on people. So basically they form a biological weapon, and they call it, I think it's the flare they call it, a subject in this book that is called the kill order, which is basically the biological weapon. It's thrown to all of those people that are still living so they can find people that are kind of immune, I believe. So in the end, you get to see Mark and Alec and Trina and Lana, whatever, go through a lot of trouble, and then they find a little girl, anyway, that little girl is actually Teresa. So you actually see on the book how Teresa came to be herself, came to be Teresa. And actually in the first book you get to see that their real names are not the ones they have. They have names that are inspired by the brightest people in the world. Anyway, they're names of the brightest people like Einstein, and they have different names. I just don't remember all of them. But yeah, Teresa comes to be the little girl that Mark and Alec and Lena and Trina rescued, and they realize that there are some people that are really, really crazy and they want to kill her because she is the only one immune. So they think she is kind of part with the demon or something like that. And they get her to Wicked, and when Wicked realizes she is immune to the flare, they looked everywhere for people, for girls and boys that are immune to the flare. So they are basically that they explain in this book how everything happened. Like when you read the 3 first books, you do understand what it is, but you never understand where everything came from. And in this last book, you understand every single thing is tied up so perfectly. I really like that about it. And so yeah, basically at the end there are some boring parts, like there's just part that you are like, this is really, it is necessary, but you're like, this is not necessary, can I just move along with this? And then it gets to really, it kind of goes like boom and then down again and boom and down again throughout all of the books. So you have to go through that and you'll see that everything makes perfect sense at the end. But yeah, that is the whole review of these books. I am so excited about the movie. I think it has to be, I haven't seen it yet. I think it has to be really, really great. I have a lot of expectations about it. I read all the books. I basically know everything that happens in them. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the book review on the Maze Runner series. If you haven't checked them out, go ahead and click on the link below. And also I will give you a tag for the James Dashner Army below, so you can post it on Instagram. And whoops. And also go ahead and check all of the James Dashner books because he has a lot more books than just this one. So I will link all the links below so you guys can check them out, and I'll see you later. Bye!